Hi everyone, this is David Maley with Tech Know-How. We're back for part two of this exciting series on data cleansing and exploratory data analysis. So we're going to do EDA or exploratory data analysis in this video right now. So let's get started. If you haven't seen episode one or the first video, go back and watch it please, because that's where we load in the libraries and we do a little data cleansing, removing a null, actually two null fields from the data set. Because they're meaningless to have them in there. And I show you how to properly do it so you don't really lose the data, you just put it into another data frame. So please go back and watch that if you haven't watched that yet, because you're going to need all those libraries, Seaborn and others, for this video today. So today we start with, we're going to do a couple different things. Well, first I want to do is I want to display the selfie deaths, right? So we're using the selfie deaths data set, and we're going to display it by country in a bar graph using the seaborn library, or SNS. You'll see it a lot used as SNS. Up above, I did load it in right here, import seaborn as SNS. So let's go back down here to where we're starting. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this line right here, all of this. We're going to do df1 underscore country, because we're going to look at the country. And here you can see right here how we're going to do this. Value counts dot reset the index. Plot figure, we're going to use a figure size 20,7. That'll fit our screen better and show us more data. We're going to do SNS bar plot. Let's see how you can see all this. So bar plot, X is the index, Y is the country. So we're going to have index by country. Data is our df1 country, which is here, so we bring in df1 country.value counts.reset index, which we just did. So that's the data set we're going to use. Basically what we're doing is we're using the country column against an index. So we do that, and then we're setting the title, selfie deaths by country. We make it look a little bit professional, okay? And the X label and Y label to selfie deaths versus country. See that? And so then plotting the X ticks, X ticks, rotation equals 90. That's if we want to change the labels. I'll show you in a second, and plot that show. So if you look at this, I'll bring this down here a little bit. See how I rotate the labels? So if I had them going sideways, they would be overlapping each other and be very ugly. So that's where this important piece of line of code right here is used. Plot plt.xticks, rotation equals 90. We're rotating those 90 degrees on the x-axis. And then plot.show, which gives you that'll create this, and that's the graph we get from that. You've got country versus selfie deaths, and it looks professional, selfie deaths by country. And what we have here is you have India obviously sticks out as the largest, and then you've got United States, Russia, Pakistan, and so on down all the way down to Chile and other New Zealand and whatever else is down there. So we've got that. So we know that there's an outlier with India. Obviously, India has an awful lot of selfie deaths. So next, and this is we're exploring, let's look at this data a little bit deeper. So let's display the selfie deaths by country, filtered to just the top 10 countries, right? Let's just show you how to do that. So it's exactly what I just did above, except the difference is this guy right here. Instead of using this, just df1 underscore country, we use df1 underscore country, and we have the brackets, and then we have colon 10, so that's top 10. That's what it means right there. The rest stays the same. And by doing that, what it does, it limits it to the top 10. So we left it the same, with the X ticks still going this way. Rotation equals 90. That way it looks better. And everything else looks the same, but we have the top 10. India, United States, what do we have? Russia, Pakistan, Brazil, and so on. So now let's go down a little bit further. So we know India sticks out. It's got a lot of selfie deaths going on now we don't know the time period yet. We're going to get to that in a minute. So display selfie deaths by type. So let's look at that. Remember, there was in the data we could see electrocution, fire, falls, who knows what else. So let's look at this by type. So we're going to do the same things we did above, but instead of df1 country, we're going to have df1 type value counts reset index. See that? So we're using the field or the column type, whereas before we used the column country. So now we've got plot.figure, same thing, 20/7. Our plot, same thing, except this time we're going to do X equals injuries, casualties, and Y equals type. And you see the difference? So instead of using df1 type, we're going to actually use df1. See it right here? Actually, I'm not. I could actually remove this line right here. So let's put this as a number. That was a misnumber. So don't use that. You could use that, but you have to use it with an index. And that's right. I remember this one we wanted to use both selfie deaths and type together. So we have a little bit more. We got an extra layer of data in here. So we're just going to use DF1, which is our full data set. The rest of it's the same. Dot set title selfie deaths by type, X label, Y label, type, and selfie deaths. See that? And we're not going to use the plot X ticks rotation in this one, so I put the number sign in front of it, and then plot.show. You get this selfie deaths by type, same type of size of, so you can see the data here, and you clearly see 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is a count of deaths of type. And then we got selfie deaths, but we need to have the type. So we got that here. So we've got animal, other, drowned, firearm, fall, electrocution, transport. And what's really neat is it's like when you look at ticker symbols and you look at stocks and candlestick patterns, it looks how it's growing or shrinking. It'll tell you over time. And a lot of these are shrinking over time. But this one clearly grew and went huge. What happened there? I don't know, but fire had a lot. 48 or so right here, right? The rest of these are around 2, maybe 4, okay? So why do we have so many selfie deaths of fire? So we need to look at that a little bit more. Plot the selfie deaths on a timeline. So let's take a look over time and see if there's anything that sticks out to us. This is what we do in data science and data analysis. We look for the outliers, look for things that weird abnormalities, right? So if we do this, we need to first convert the date field to a time series type. It was not originally that, so let's do this. PD from Panda, the Panda library, PD.series of df1, not the whole data frame, not just df1, but df1.date. That's the column with the date. Once you run this in there, it's now in a time series. Then what we have to do is we want to remove warnings. That's this part right here, because otherwise you'll get some annoying warnings. You can either remove it once. I left this commented out, warnings.filter warnings, action equals once, or you can do what I did here, which is warnings, filter warnings, or ignore them, which removes them all. Basically, there's some warnings that say, well, maybe you shouldn't use this, or maybe you should use something else, or this might be deprecated. I don't want to see that right now. So that's why I put that in there. Otherwise, I'll get some warnings that I want to see right now. So once you've done that, we're going to create the line plot right here with seaborn. See this, SNS, that's what we want to do. Selfie deaths on the timeline. And so once you've got the warnings out, we're going to start here to here. This is the actual plot. So this one looks familiar to what you've seen before, figure size. This time it's 15,6. You could move it around a little bit differently if you want to. df1 date equals pd.toDateTime df1.date. See that? So we got df1.date, and we're going to put it to pandas date time. See, to date time. We've got df1 date. And then here, that's where this goes. We've got right here, data equals df1. And we've got label, deaths, year, selfie deaths by year, and date and injuries, casualties. We're hooking up date versus injuries, casualties. If you want to see just the date, we kind of I used this earlier, so you don't need to use this row actually. So we can actually put a number sign in front of that right there. That is if you want to see it in a different way. I'm not using that. I'm using date here actually versus Y, which is injuries, casualties. So we're actually using df1. So if you look at this right here, date equals df1, just like the one I did right above. All right, so the rest of the same. We got rid of this x ticks rotation 90 because we don't need that, and plot.show. So once you do this, basically this is what you're doing here. Above it was the portion for removing the warnings. Okay, once you do that, this is what you get. So these selfie deaths go from 2012 to into 2021. They stopped somewhere, I don't know, around August or something like that. And if you look at this, you got some spikes, but bang, this huge spike in 2017 to 2018. So there's something happened there. We need to look into that. Okay, and you have some bigger spikes here. And what we need to understand is this fire, look at that, 48, and look at this. Look at that. Oh, that spike is 48. So there might have been a big fire that caused a lot of deaths. So now that we have that, we're going to plot the types of selfie deaths in a scatter plot because we want to see we can get to cover this thing right here. We see a large problem here. Once you create this line plot, we had a large spike, as we saw in 2007, 2018. This is indicative of a large event or fire that took lives of numerous people. That's what we just said. So we're going to plot the lines in a scatter plot, and this maybe will help explain what we saw above. So when we put this in a scatter plot, we do the same kind of concept here. Plot.figure, figure size 12,6. You can use different if you want, but this one I found worked best for me to show it. And seaborn is SNS, so seaborn scatter plot, data equals df1, date and type. So we're putting date versus type. Hue is the injuries, casualties, and the size is injuries, casualties. Hue is from 0 to 10. You can change this around, but this gave me the best colors. Otherwise, the purple goes too far down here, and I don't get enough, differentiation between them. The 0 and the 10 is basically from here to here. It shows you how, you could do 0 to 6, 0 to 20, and it'll change this coloration up of the different dots. Legend equals full. That's this legend right here. I could have used a different legend, put it elsewhere. I had a smaller legend. And then plot.show. So this is what we used right here. When you do that, look what we end up with. Okay, we've got type, date. Look what we got. This is a scatter plot, remember? So we're looking at this over time, and we see like there's a death here, not much going on, and then boom, boom, boom. There's a lot of transportation, but they stop right here. That's kind of interesting. And when you look at this, you're really looking for, right now, the big dots. And look at, bam, what's that? Fire. There's a big one. It says 48. And that one's about that size. That one right there was a big fire right there, and that explains this high spike right there. Okay. And then you got some other ones that might be interesting to look at too and see why they had this period and then all of a sudden stopped. And there was just one. Same thing here. Look at this. There were some and then none of animals. Don't know. That could be sharks, could be other things. I don't know. So we're going to look more into this, into these dots and what they mean and stuff like that, and try and bring this all together. I mean, obviously we saw India has a lot of selfie deaths. We saw that fire was linked to it, possibly. We saw that, like right here, you see it right here, and there's a spike in 2017, 2018, which we saw above. That's really high, goes to 48, totally correlates with this one. So we're going to look at that a little bit deeper in the next video and bring this all together for you. Thanks again for watching. Please go back and watch video 1 if you haven't seen it yet of this series. It's a 3-part video series, and then there's going to be part 3. So you have to watch part 1, part 2, and then part 3. There's a lot of cool code in here. It's going to show you how to do data cleansing, exploratory data analysis, and then bring it together. I'm going to show you how to draw up the conclusion, the recommendations, and all that stuff that you would do for a complete data science or data analysis request. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.